Yo, what's up, dudes? This will be a little bit different this time just because I'm not live right now, but I've got a little bit of extra time, so I figured I'd work on this account a little bit. So we're going to start by beginning the Knight's Sword quest, which is what we left off on last time. And like I said, it'll just be different because, you know, there's not going to be as much, like, chat conversation. Oh, I actually think I think I did this right before I logged off. Let me check that real quick. Free-to-play quests. Yeah, we're already good on this. It'll be a little bit different just because, like, you know, my last video would have been a lot of, you know, responding to my Twitch chat or whatever. Since I'm not live right now, it's really just going to be me yapping on what I would do while I'm building this account. So, you know, let's go ahead and do that. If you remember last time, we most recently finished off with getting the Witch's House done, which is a super important early quest. And that's just because you need to get the HP out of the way. Having, you know, the jump from like 11 to 25 HP is just, or 12 maybe it was, to 25 HP is just massive for hardcore survivability. So we're going to go from starting the Knight's Sword to a quick Ferox Enclave or Clan Wars teleport. And then I'm just going to hit the free-for-all portal here to the southwest so I can restore my run energy. And then from here, I can actually drop my cat again. I think it was most recently hungry when I logged off last time. So let's get sardines out. Click the regular bank so we know what we have on here. Go ahead and feed the cat one. I'm going to get another sardine out and we'll just keep one on us and a ball of wool. You can, like, so to keep the cat alive, you've got to, you know, feed it, obviously. Typically raw fish is what I go with, what most people go with. And then you have to pet it from time to time. I like to use a ball of wool because it actually keeps it happy for twice as long. I believe it is, as it typically would be happy for. So we still have this from Restless Ghost. We could turn that in later on. I've got a ton of mine runes. So once we get to the Waterfall quest, we're actually going to deviate and get a rune scimitar drop just because, you know, it's kind of a fun thing to do, not necessarily because it's anything that you have to do. And then here we're going to get out a steel axe, and I think I need to get out a bronze axe as well, because I can't actually cut that yet. Don't need as much food on me. I'll just keep about 5. But I have my couple of teleports as well, so I'll keep that on me too. We're up to fire strikes, so I'm going to get rid of the air staff for now. We'll keep the air runes on us. I don't have laws yet, but we're going to have them pretty soon from a quest that we're about to get to. Don't need the spade anymore, and if I have any logs left over, I do need 6 logs for this coming quest. So we're going to go ahead and get those out just because it'll save me a little bit of time. From here, let's go ahead and head to Castle Wars. So you could have used your minigame telly to go to Castle Wars. What I like to do is I like to use it to get to Clan Wars so I can reset my run energy at the portal. And then come to this little green portal here because there's actually a portal to Castle Wars that you can use unlimited. You know, it's just you can use it whenever you want to. And then instead of doing like the old school walk across White Wolf Mountain where people die to wolves and stuff, you know, to Catherby, this is just a faster and easier way to get to the west side of the map. There's a few teleports that you can use here. There's the minigame teleport to the fishing trawler, but you need level 15 fishing, which we don't have. By the way, we're running north here. You can also do Barb Assault, but you have to do the tutorial for that first. So this is the first one. Oh, and then there's also Nightmare Zone, but we can't do that one either because we don't have 5 quests that unlock that yet. So we use Castle Wars to get over here, and then we run north from there. We're going to do a few of the quests that are south of Ardy. And then also, when I run by here, I tend to like to pick up at least a couple of doses for super anti-poison. Just kind of helpful to have one of these potions in your bank on a hardcore account. So I'm just going to world hop several times. I didn't pick that one up, did I? I chased with the kid. Just going to world hop several times to get a few doses. We'll combine them together and we'll just toss that in the bank and kind of keep it there for now. I'm going to go to here and search follower option. I'm going to move follower option down. So if I left click the cat, it actually walks through it now. A little bit helpful. Like I said, today will be a ton of yapping. Since I'm not live, I kind of have an opportunity to just say what's on my mind a bit more rather than responding to people. I think it's kind of nice, honestly. So we got 4 of these. I'm also on a bad world. So we're going to go back to a West Coast world just because that's where I am geographically. That does matter when it comes to game ping latency to the servers. I think I was on maybe a UK server before then. That was about 170 ms latency. On a West Coast, I'm on about 45 milliseconds, so can be life or death, you know what I mean? Also, let's go ahead and get some game sounds on, because I actually don't have that up right now. That would be a lot more cozy, wouldn't it? Good. Okay. So from here, like I said, we're running north a bit. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and start let's go with Gnome Village first. That's going to be right here across the bridge at the Gnome Maze. We're gonna go ahead and start that. And then we're going to kind of link it into several different quests. Sheep Herder is about, I think, 2,000 coins as a reward, and I think it's 4 quest points, which is pretty nice. Might be 3. But we need that anyways. And then we'll do Hazeel Cult for some thieving experience, Fight Arena for some thieving experience, and attack experience, Monk's Friend for some woodcutting experience, the Clock Tower, which is just a free quest point. And then we'll be spirit treeing over to the Grand Tree to get some supplies for some of the RD quests, Plague City for mining experience, etc. I mentioned this before, but the way that I like to start my accounts is completely quest focused. Instead of taking any of the extra time to level agility through running laps or level woodcutting through cutting trees, you can jumpstart a lot of those early levels by getting one simple quest done, and it'll just kind of like you know, compound the amount of gains that you can get. Instead of, you know, spending, I don't know, 10 seconds cutting each tree at level 1 or level 3, you do Monk's Friend, you get all the way to level 12, and that just saves you a ton of time, because then you're going to be much more accurate when you're cutting. You can use a higher level axe, you know. Those type of things matter. It's quite helpful, so we're going to go ahead and focus on that. So to start, just Gnome Village. I can actually burn some rend energy here because there's not really too many dangerous things that are coming up here. And then another focus on the Gnome Village quest is it's just early questing should kind of be a mixture of getting gains that are going to, you know, give you money, give you experience, but also give you maneuverability and an ability to get around the map easier. And Gnome Village is one of those because it's going to unlock the Spirit Tree network. So there's a teleport here in the tree, there's a teleport at the Grand Tree Stronghold, there's a teleport near Ardoon, which is just to the north of here, there's one at the Grand Exchange. So it really allows you to kind of flip-flop, you know, back and forth across the map a little bit faster. We'll also end up kind of front-loading, not super early, not as early as I used to, because I like to do a quest chain for the Agile XP, but we'll get the Grand Tree quest done because that's going to get you the Gnome Gliders. Those types of things are just, you know, really helpful. So let's go ahead and start this. And then we're going to have Elcoy show us out of the maze. And we can go straight over to the captain here. I'm going to continue this quest. I think I'll go all the way to completion. I don't really think there's any reason for me to multi-quest this, so we'll just completely focus on this quest right now. If you're new to the game, by the time we get to the boss fight of the quest, you might want to have a little bit of extra stew on you. You might need to do a little bit of extra healing. We need to talk to this guy 3 times total, by the way. And the reason is, you know, setting up the safe spot for this boss is kind of wonky sometimes, but we should be good on 5, so should be able to teach you based on that. All right, from here, since we talked through those 3 interfaces, we gave him the 6 logs that we have. We'll come up here and we'll talk to the 3 gnome trackers. You don't really need to pay attention to what they say if you're using Quest Helper, because Quest Helper is going to tell us the answer to the ballista anyways, and even if you're not, you still don't need to use it because you can just guess all of the 4 options one at a time until you get it right, and then that's fine. So we'll talk to this one right here. This kind of has weird pathing, so just walk in here manually. Y coordinate's done. We'll come over here for the X coordinate. I actually hate this song because of the back and forth on the ears. The height coordinate here. Okay, that's good. And then this one is the one that's randomized. And this can be one of 4 different answers on your account. You can read it if you want to. Just ask what this is. He's going to tell me the answer here. Who holds the stronghold? More than my head, less than my fingers. Perfect. So, I think that's going to be 2. I think gnomes have a wonky amount of fingers. More than my head, more than 1. What do they have, 3 fingers? Is it 2? 2. Yeah, perfect. Okay. All right, we want to save a little bit of run energy for this part, so you know I'm basically out here, but we'll go ahead and just let it regain a little bit. So we have just a slight amount to get some distance on the 2 NPCs, I believe, that are going to attack me in here. And like I mentioned when we started the accounts in the last episode, control click is what I use to run. But if you want to, you can manually turn it on, either here or on your minimap orb with the boot icon. So this guy will attack me. We'll just run to get up the ladder. And we're high HP now, so we don't really have any risk of him KOing us. like there would have been before if we were 10 HP, so I don't really need to worry about healing too much. I could just eat once on the way down, and we're full HP, take a little bit of extra damage, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and give this back. But yeah, you're just searching the chest up there for the Orb of Protection, and then we'll come back, give it to the king. We'll have him show us out of the maze again, and then we'll go kill the boss, and this is going to be a massive amount of attack experience for the quest. I want to say it's 11,450 for this one. So it's kind of nice because, you know, that's gonna give us more than 10 levels. It's kind of sweet, and that's why, you know, we don't spend any time early on an account, you know, kicking cows or chickens or whatever else like we used to when we grew up, because we learned that you could spend 5 hours getting 30 attack by punching a cow, or you could do a 10-minute quest. You know, things are just better now. It's nice. Alright, run over here. Again, I need to save some run energy for this next part. We're gonna have to run by some high-level wolves. Realistically, I really should have more than 4 food in my inventory, but we'll be okay. When you're doing this, I will advise that maybe you stop at the bank and grab a little bit more out. That was probably not the best idea for me to advise you to bring just 6. But we'll be okay. So we're gonna go straight north, and we're basically just going around the west side of Artie here. To this little location. So if you have Quest Helper open, if you haven't figured it out by now, if you need to, if you click on the little arrow in the direction that it's showing you, it's just going to take you to where you need to go on the map. Zoom out if you need to. And right around here, there's going to be some dangerous white wolves, level 64 combat, I think, so we'll just be kind of like mindful of that. But we kill the general up there. Also need to be mindful because you can get hit by like one of the guards and the general at the same time. And if you're 10 HP, I mean, the general can hit, you know, 10 HP, so you can one-shot that, which is why we do Witch's House first. But if you're not, just don't sit low health. You know, that's kind of like the only important note is just don't sit low health. There's no reason to. We'll try to avoid the wolves as much as we can. Sometimes you can get by with none of them attacking you. Just kind of get along the northern wall. It's the best way. If they're in the way, whatever, we'll just run through it. We've got 31 run energy now, so we can go ahead and use that. We'll get bopped once, we tank it, and then we probably get by without any other ones hitting us, so that's nice. Okay, so you'll notice I've got a couple tiles marked here to the west. I'm going to go ahead and move over here so you can see where these are. You can mark them yourself if you want, or you can just pay attention to this right here. Our first goal is to get on this little tile here. I want to say, I'm pretty sure this is the goal. Get on this tile, which has like the 2 larger rocks on it. We're just going to try to get out of his aggro range. The goal is to talk to this guy, bring him over here, he's going to follow us. If we go 1 tile too far, he's going to stop following, so you can move back once and cast on him again. But the goal is to get outside of his attacking range, to have him path away from you. If you hit an NPC... Okay, so you see this? I'm outside of his aggro range here, so we're going to bring him this way. 1 step over is going to bring him here. And then if I move down here and hit him, now I'm outside of his aggro range, so he's going to path away from me. If you're too far away from an NPC outside of where they can randomly roam, then they retreat. But this tile that... Ignore this one. This tile that I have marked here, if you're 1 tile closer, so like I was right here, he's able to... You know, if I move here and hit him, he's going to move towards me. This is in his aggro range. Then he's going to chase me. So if you do that until he gets all the way up to you, and then you move down here and do it again, he should path away from you in this direction. Sometimes if you have the wrong angle, like say if you do it from here, he'll path to the east. Just try it again. Just kind of like move here. Let him come all the way to you. Take a step down, shoot at him until you get him to kind of path here. If you can't figure that out, you can... Here, let me see if I can just show you this way. We'll bring him over. I might tank a hit. If you can't figure it out, you can just, you know, hit him like this, have him path back that way, step forward, hit him again. He's going to walk back to you. You can cast on him a couple times like this. And then you can just step out of his range before he really gets to you and do it again. Like that's an option. Me, I just like to make it easier. Sometimes I like to come up here and then down, just to make sure that he's kind of up in this area instead of standing on this tile. If he's standing on this tile, he's probably going to path back this way, even if you start from here, because it's going to drag you around first to attack. So if you kind of bop him and... maybe I just change this tile. Maybe we just... If you attack from here first, get him to hit you, and then run here, it'll probably work every time. But it's really just a nifty use of the pathing mechanics, and it makes it where you don't really need to use food here. It's a hard fight that can kill you otherwise because he's 112 combat and you're, you know, about 13 combat by now. But just one of those like helpful basic pieces of game mechanics to know. This happens with regular NPCs as well. If you're outside of their aggro range and you hit them, they're going to retreat away from you. Once you get in range again, they're going to walk towards you. And you can really play with some monsters like that and go back and forth and, you know, safe spot them essentially if you can't find a better safe spot. You can also bring another account, have them stand in between you and the general. Like say, if you're standing here, the other account's here, and the general's here. As long as no player passes through this middle account, the general will get blocked on the other side of the blocker. So you can actually safe spot with the second account, but this is just an easy way to do it without needing to have someone else. So that's done, which effectively means that this quest is done. All we have to do is go turn this in now, and this is just going to be a boatload of attack XP. And then also, like I said, you get use of the spirit trees as well, which is really nice because if we want to get back to Varrock for some questing over there, we can do so very easily. And you also get a Gnome Amulet of Defense, which is not great, but it's just going to make you a little bit more tanky, and there's no downside to it. There's no reason not to use it, so you might as well. So we'll use that too. So let's just go down here and turn this back in. For what it's worth, by the way, since I have a little bit of downtime, if it's preferable to you guys that are actually watching this still, that are actually interested in building an account this way, that I do some of the videos at least like this, where I'm just off stream, just kind of chatting through everything, instead of taking any time to respond to anyone that's in the Twitch chat with other subjects or whatever. Let me know in the comments because I don't mind doing this. I have generally at least an hour a day before my workout, before I ever go live, where I'm just kind of like sitting here drinking coffee and you know, getting ready for the day, and this would actually be a good time for me to make these videos. So if you like it, this, you know, format instead of, you know, the live stream format, let me know and I can at least probably do half of the videos this way. Would be happy to do so if people are interested in it, you know. I actually kind of think it's nice because I'm just focused on the game now and kind of talking through how to build an account instead of getting distracted. Okay, this is done. So we're gonna go ahead and move over. I'm trying to think back to where I got this ball of wool from. I actually think I killed an impling for this. Okay, so since we're might as well show you this. We can travel with the spirit tree now. So we're gonna take this to the battlefield of Khazard, which is just to the north of here, to get to Artie. Because we want to do a little bit of questing in here. Now, typically, I wouldn't have this yet. I've been killing implings when I come across them from time to time, so that's why I have it. We can go ahead and use the Gnome Amulet of Defense. We're just going to wear that. We're going to, you know, we're probably going to keep the Ghost Speak Ami on us because we still need to turn this in the next time we go down there. But anyways, I would have you buy a ball of wool here, at least one, for your kitten. You can actually pick up a few. Generally speaking, when you get to a new shop that has something helpful, it's a good idea to buy several supplies and then just toss them in the bank. So we're going to go ahead and do that here. So let's go ahead and buy a ball of wool, and then we're also going to buy some other things that we're going to need for other quests, which is going to be like some rope and things like that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and buy a few balls of wool. We'll just take 3. That's fine. I don't really need papyrus yet. That's not for quite. Actually, you know what? Let's take some papyrus. We're going to need it for a quest later. So we'll need that when we get out to the desert. I'm going to buy 1 vial of water pack. Just, I don't want to spend too much money. You know, like, okay, never mind. We'll buy 2. Don't want to spend too much money. They're kind of pricey. And then we're also going to, we have everything else here except for ropes. You always need ropes in this game. You just always do. So I'm going to buy, you know, quite a few. I think I'm going to leave 2 inventory spaces open. What's this door key to? The witch's house. We can go and drop this. I'm going to buy 1 more. I'll just keep 2 inventory spaces open. And then we're going to go and talk to Counselor Halgrave here. Right next door, right next to him. We're going to talk to this so we can start the sheep herder quest. This used to be a little bit more of an important quest in the sequence, just because you get a little bit of money from it. You get 3.1k GP from it. But, you know, we might have to drop something here. Let's go ahead and drop... You know, we'll just feed the kitten sardine real quick, because I'm going to need to get 2 things from this guy. But yeah, since you have money making early on with the Eclipse Red Wines that we did, we don't really need to worry about the money anymore. But still, this quest is 4 quest points, and we need 175 quest points. So it's still important. So from here, we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to deviate 1 more time. Instead of going north to this quest, I'm going to come to this east bank. We're going to bank off some stuff. And let's go ahead and equip the plague set since we need that. This is going to be one of the very, very few times that we take off our pink skirt. Again, the pink skirt's very important for nothing other than nostalgia reasons, just for myself. So you have to wear the pink skirt because I like it. Let's go ahead and deposit some of these things. We're going to pick up a couple more on the way. We'll keep the ball of wool, just the one single one. We'll go ahead and take off our gloves, take off the top. Put up the Antipoison. We don't need that anymore. We don't need any of the ropes right now. We will need one for Waterfall later. I guess we can keep that on us. We don't need the papyrus, and we do need the sheep feet. From here, there's just some other things that are kind of useful, kind of helpful for quests later on. Excuse me. So we're just going to run by here and grab them real quick. We're going to grab some spice. This is going to be... You know, do I want fur for any reason? I don't think we're going to take fur. We'll grab some spice. We have garlic already. That's going to be for desert treasure later on. And I think I need one for one of the recipe for disaster steps. And then this is a super useful shop here. At the silver merchant, we're going to buy a silver bar. I'm going to buy a silver ore because I want another one. And I'm going to buy an unstrung symbol as well. There's a couple quests that need silver. We could just make this a bar later on. I could hop worlds for another bar. We'll just use the ore. It's fine. We'll get the level for it later on. And then the unstrung holy symbol, we'll need that later on for a holy symbol once we get the 31 prayer that we need for it for the animal magnetism quest. So I just like to make sure that I have those so we don't have to go mining silver later on. From here, we're going to go ahead and continue the sheep herder quest. We're going to completely get this one done. And let's go through here. But now, you probably remember this one if you've done it back in the day or if you've done it on your previous account. It sucks. You just got to deal with it. They actually improved the pathing on this one a little bit, so it's not as bad as it used to be. So we should be able to get through this pretty quickly. Let's go pick up the cattle prod first, and then we'll get to all the sheep. Okay, equip that. And it's going to have us go to the furthest one first. This is a quest that you probably want to save your run energy for, so I'm not going to do any running unless I'm chasing the sheep from now on. And even then, I might actually run out of run energy, so that won't be great, but whatever. Let's go ahead and start with this one. We'll go east first with it. You don't want to go through this nonsense, so don't go south and then try to, like, get this around. We're just going to go straight east for a while. Like I said, we're going to turn run on. You don't really have to. You can just, you know, spam click it immediately. And even if you're walking like I am right now, and hopefully you stay in front of it, but sometimes these guys just have like kind of wonky pathing, so I like to run with it if we have the run energy. And then we'll just walk to the next sheep. We're basically going to go until we get in front of this boulder with the sheep, and then we're going to go on the north side of the sheep. Hang on, we need to go one more. And then try to get to it from the north. We'll go straight south all the way until we hit that fence. And then we'll actually work back to the east over here. And that's just, you just want to avoid that boulder. It's just kind of annoying. I go all the way against the fence, so I don't have to guess where I'm going to go. On the north side of it again, and then on the west side of it, and then about when it's in line with you, you can click it. We don't need to go in here each time and poison it. We can wait until all 4 sheep get in there before we do so. So I'm just going to not waste the extra time. We'll just go to the next sheep. Otherwise, you're going through the gate, poisoning, picking up the bones, coming back out, doing the next one, repeat. Let's just go ahead and get all of them at once. So again, we're going to kind of get this one down to at least around where it's at the fence line. Right about here, I'm going to come on this side, bop it this way. And I'm just spam clicking it instead of running. There's a bit of a animation delay. Come on the north side of it. See, and that's why they're kind of annoying. So we like to get it to the fence line. Need to do it one more time to get it far enough there, otherwise it stops short. Okay, got the next one. Let's walk again. This one's very easy. You really just go west. just kind of taking my time because we're at like 16% run energy. If this one resets, I want to say that it kind of just tries to walk back in the direction that it came from instead of like going north or whatever, so I'm not as like strict about burning run energy on this one, but since we're at the end of it, we can now. There we go. And the last one, it's gonna be right down here. Sorry, sheep. Kind of feel bad about this. Gotta remember we didn't get any extra fish out for the kitten. Grab some of that out later. Or we'll forget to. It's more likely. Get up north quickly. Nice. That was easy. You don't have to go to the one that quest helper is highlighting, obviously. It's just pointing to one of them. There we go. It went ahead and switched the highlight. Nice. Excuse me. Go that way. Thank you. On this one, I'm actually going to bring him back down here to the fence line. Just because, like I said, I tend to believe it makes it easier. As I say that, I push him the exact wrong way. Okay, there's all of those. Let's kill them all. Sounds kind of savage, but it's not. It's humane. In game. And then we just use these on the furnace, and that'll wrap this quest up for us. Go turn it in, we'll be done. Worth it for the 4 quest points. If you really want to, this actually unlocks the Champions Guild for us at 32 plus, which if you don't want to go for a Rune Scimitar, because technically it's actually not worth the time investment to go to a Rune Scimitar. If you want to be more efficient, you can actually take about 20k coins and buy a Rune Sword, the short sword variant, not the long sword, in the Champions Guild south of Varrock. You can get there with your Chronicle Teleport. It's actually more efficient than, to just buy that and use it immediately once you get the level for it, instead of wasting the time to go for a Rune Scimitar drop. Because the Rune Sim is going to be, if you kill Zami Warriors for it, it's going to be a 1 in 50 drop. If you kill Fire Giants for it, it's going to be a 1 in 128 drop. It's not very efficient to do so. I'm going to go for it because it's nostalgic, it's fun, and it's a nice dopamine hit. But, if you want to be more efficient, you could just, go make some coin at Eclipse Red Wines and turn them in for, money, and then just buy the Rune Sword with that. It's more efficient overall if you want to play faster.
Completed.
It's not technically quite as strong as a Rune Scimitar, but it's a very strong weapon. All right, now that we have this done, that's a little bit of cash back. We can go ahead and drop these. We don't need this anymore. We're gonna go do a few quests down here. This is actually, let's go this way. This is a good time if you're not used to safe spotting things in quests. Like if you can't react quickly or figure out a safe spot quickly, it's a good time to get some extra food. I'll be fine, but so I'm not gonna bother. But this is a good idea to have like maybe 10 food on you for the quest that we're gonna have coming up here, because we're gonna do a quest called Fight Arena, which is gonna have us maging several different NPCs, which we can safe spot, but it's just, if it takes you a little bit more time to figure out a safe spot, you just might find some use out of that. So go to the bank real quick, pause the video, and just come back here and then start it again. Let's go and start the Hazeel Cult quest. This is going to be a prereq for some other quests in the future. I definitely just told this guy that he deserved whatever he got. That was not a nice way of doing things. Let's try again. What's wrong? Cultist, let's go. Yes, they stole your armor. Bloodline, the authorities aren't helping. Yes, I'll help you. And we'll go south. This quest will give us a slight amount of thieving experience as well, if I remember right. But yeah, it's like 1500 thieving XP and like 2k coins. Now, I can ignore Quest Helper here because it actually doesn't have things in order. I'm going to go ahead and click every single one of these sewer valves I come across. So there's one on the south side of the house. Basically, Quest Helper has you go to the NPC that you talk to down there first, and then he runs away, and then has you come back upstairs to turn all of these things. Just turn it right now because there's only one direction to turn them. There used to be two. You used to have to get it right. Jagex changed the game to where there's only one correct answer now, and then the other answer is do nothing. So just turn the valve every single time. Then we'll go down there, and then when he runs off, we can instantly click the raft and follow him. So it's just kind of skipping a step. So don't, you know, kind of ignore Quest Helper here. We're going to hit these 5 sewers first. There's one south of the house that we got the quest, one just on the other side of the bridge, one on the east side of the clock tower here. I'm starting to think that I have forgotten the location of another one. 1, 2, 3, 4... I'm missing one. Where's the one I'm missing? Why can I not remember where this is? It's not all the way over there, is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. South of the zoo, and then kind of like east of the cave that we're going to. All right, those are all turned, so we can go ahead and go in here. Now, there's 2 ways to do this quest. You can either side with Cyril or side with Hazeel. I always side with Cyril. I don't know. I grew up not liking to help the bad guy, I guess. So, you know, if you want to do it another way, you can do that. We've already done this properly. We've already turned them all. So we could just follow the raft and ignore the rest of the quest helper. And then we're just going to come back here. We're going to have to fight the boss here, being Alamone, but this tile that I have marked means absolutely nothing, apparently. It used to. We're just going to safe spot him by running back a little bit. Just kind of like how we did earlier. Looks like right here is the limit. So, same thing that we did in the Tree Gnome Village quest. You can tank him if you want to, there's just no real reason to. Okay, he's done. Go and search the chest. Grab the armor that he stole. Back to the raft, we'll go turn this quest in. Now, we can actually ignore this and go to the next quest. We'll just remember to go back up and turn it in. So let's go ahead and do Fight Arena straight away here. But after Fight Arena, we're going to go back to the house there, turn it in, and we'll get a little bit of thieving speed, we'll get a little bit of coins. So from here, we're just going to go south. And we're going to complete the Fight Arena. We need some coins on us for this quest. We can go ahead and cancel Quest Helper. Just don't let me forget to turn that in. You just need 5 coins on you for this quest. You want some food on you, you want your spells on you as well. Magic's just extremely strong early in RuneScape. It's going to completely outclass everything else for quite some time. So, you know, that's where our quest bossing is going to, you know, occur. We're going to be using mage spells for all of that. So we'll come, we'll start the quest at Lady, what's her name? Servile or something like that? Lady Servile, I'm pretty sure what it is. Then we'll come all the way to the eastern house, kind of just in a line. There's like these 4 houses here. We'll go to the furthest one. Grab the chest here. That's going to be the Khazard armor. Med helm and body. And then we're going to equip both of those. Go through the door here. If you don't have them equipped, they won't let you in. You're basically just acting like a guard when you go in here. Look, see? We look exactly the same, bro. Ignore the spells. We're going to come all the way down here and talk to the drunk guard. And we're going to go buy him a Cali brew to the west at the pub there. Alright, open the door, talk to the head guard. I'm going to leave myself a little bit of run energy again on this quest. Because we don't really need much, but when I go into the fights, I at least want to have like 10-15 run energy minimum. Do not go into it with 0 because you'll get bopped and then you'll probably just struggle to kind of like get on the other side to safe spot. You notice I've already got the tile marked for safe spotting here. It's just going to be on the southwest corner of that skeleton, the big corpse there. That's what we're going to basically use on all the NPCs unless we screw up, and then we'll just kind of, you know, improvise from there. Alright, off to the barman. We can go ahead and burn a little bit of red energy. I'm at 35. Buy a Cali brew. And then back to the guard to get him drunk. But give us the keys. Mr. Head Guard. Alright, 15 red energy. Let's start walking again. And then let's go help out our homie over here, get him out of jail. Keys on the prison gate. Let's go. Alright, Sammy, I've got the keys. Now, technically we probably should have turned on our run energy before this part. But I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Like I said, I set my settings up to be able to control click to run always, so it's not going to be an issue for me. I'll just hold down control here. We're going to have to fight the ogre first. We're basically just going to get to that safe spot as quickly as we can. If he hits us one time, it's okay. Goal is just to get on the other side of the corpse. See? Nice and easy. Now, like I said, if he comes around this, you can tag him to see kind of like where he exists. So I can still bring him down to this tile, but if I go one tile further south, he's going to come around this thing. I would just run to the north side then. It's very simple. If you're on the other side, you can go and attack him. You can put your blue wizard hat on. You could take off your armor if you want to. And we'll just go ahead and safe spot this guy. Nice and easy fight, nothing to it. These all happen the same way. We're going to have to kill him. We're going to have to kill the scorpion, and then we're going to have to kill Bouncer as well. At the very end of fighting these, which we're not going to do them all in order, but they'll kind of like toss me in jail again in between. So we'll have to run to this tile again. We're going to have to fight General Khazard. Now, you don't actually have to fight General Khazard. You could just click the door to escape. Some people do fight that one. You can do it the same way. You can safe spot him. Myself, I tend to just try to, like, you know, if he's aggroed on me, I like to run all the way around just so he doesn't hit me. And then go through the door. If you have high enough HP, you can just spam click the door. Don't sit low HP when you're fighting him. Prioritize healing food instead of going through the door because he can stack you when you're going through it if you're not quick enough. So, but that's the last fight. We'll worry about that then. Here, they're going to toss me back in jail. I'm just going to hold down spacebar. It's going to talk me through this guy with Hengrad, and then they're going to toss me back into the arena again. Same thing. The Scorpion's a little bit closer to you, so he'll probably bop you one time. It's fine. And that's it. Easy enough. And then I like to be on the west side of the corpse for this instead of, like, you know, being on the south with safe spotting him on the north. Because I'm pretty sure Bouncer comes out and then we can just attack him instantly and he's going to go into the safe spot too. Kill him, straight to Bouncer. Let's just hold spacebar through this. Oh, it does throw me back down here. Okay, that's fine. Now, we weren't quite fast enough, so he got safe spot on the south side instead of the east side, but that's fine. We just wouldn't use this tile in that case. We could just, you know, at least move one tile further north, because if we're right there, he exists in these 4 tiles, so he's going to be able to hit us.
Level up, completed.
And like we talked about, you know, the other day, just to practice this again, if I move here and then over here, he's going to come around, and you can corner safe spot him like this. We talked about the corner safe spot where an NPC is going to want to try to path east or west before they path north or south. So he's constantly just, since he's one tile away from me, he's constantly trying to path east right here. I can even go north one tile, and he's still going to be safe spotted because one of his tiles, this one right here, is still trying to path east towards me. So that's a typical corner safe spot. I can do that over here. I could do that on the scaffolding or the spear wall over there if I want to. I could do it on that corpse. It doesn't really matter. I can come all the way back over here. and then move to this tile. He's still corner safe spotted. I can move down here. He's still corner safe spotted. So it's super easy to do. And it's a mechanic that you should learn for future bosses, NPCs, period. It's so helpful. It's a method that you use in the Inferno to safe spot, you know, the melee NPCs. It's just a great thing to use. Just the important thing is to know you have to do it with the monster on the east or west side of whatever the thing is. Because if I have him over here, if I bring him down here, I might get bopped once, but hang on. Let's bring him one tile further south. So he comes around. Well, again, he just instantly goes back.
Level up. Completed.
I'll just tank him real quick. If I put him on the south side here, I can't corner safe spot him the same way. Because he's going to path east or west. So if I moved right here to kind of have him at the corner, he's not going to be pathing north to this NPC. He's going to be pathing west priority, which means he is going to hit me. So I wouldn't be able to corner safe spot him. You know, if he's right here, he wouldn't be blocked at all from this corpse. Or if he's, you know, right here and I move here, he's not going to be blocked by the corpse trying to path into it. He's going to path west, which is that direction. Okay. Like we said here, after you kill Bouncer, General Khazard's going to try to attack you. You can just run through the door. I'm a little bit low HP, so we're going to make sure that he doesn't hit really high at first. If he hits really high, well, look at this. You can kite him away if you want to. But if you want to, you could also just click on the door as quick as possible. I think you can probably quick escape it, but we're just going to say, yes, I want to leave. I don't know if quick escaping there is going to make you, like, refight anything. I've never done it, so I'm not going to try it right now. But you don't have to fight General Khazard. Ignore him, and let's go turn in the quest. We're done. Because we freed who we needed to free. We can also get rid of the Khazard armor now. And we're going to do another quest before we... Ooh, you know what? I did forget to grab a jug. It's okay. It's alright.
Quest completed.
It's fine. Let's go turn this in real quick. So that's going to be 14 thieving. So if you wanted to get some cakes, you can thieve from the cake stall now. We also get some coins off of that, and we're up to 37 attack. Because you get a massive amount of attack XP from that quest. So from here, we're going to go ahead and run north. And we are going to turn in the last quest that we did, which is Hazeel Cult. I'm then going to run over to the bank, and I'm going to grab a jug of wine out that I had earlier on, and I'm just going to drink it because I need the jug for the Monk's Friend quest. We also need one log, so we'll make sure that we cut a tree as we're running by as well. We're going to do Monk's Friend next, so we can gain the woodcutting XP off of it. It would get you from level 1 to level 12 woodcutting. I might get 13 out of it because I already have a little bit of woodcutting XP. We'll go ahead and hit the tree here. But it's just nice early woodcutting. It's not absolutely necessary because you can just cut the trees to get level 15 so you can cut oaks. We need to get level 30 fire making anyways eventually. So we can do the fishing quest line. But, you know, faster XP is faster XP, and the quest rewards you with 8 law runes, and that's good for some early teleports when you get the magic level. So we're going to do the quest regardless to get the 8 law runes. That's kind of important. Let's go ahead and talk to Cyril real quick. And he's going to give us a big reward of 5 coins. But that's kind of anticlimactic, and it's a false ending to the quest, because now we need to make sure that we know that Jones is the guy that turned us in. And we're going to search his cupboard and find some poison or some other Zammy emblems there. And Sarah's going to see that and be like, hey, it was you. You're a dick. And then we're going to get our actual reward, which is the remaining 1,995 coins and the quest points from the quest. Wonder how many people in the quest actually finished that first part, got the 5 coins, and thought they were done, and just left and never actually finished this. Not really sure. Anyways, that's a few more thieving levels. We're up to 18 thieving now, which is kind of cozy. So let's go get the jug out of the bank. There's nothing dangerous coming up. We're just going to do Monk's Friend and Clock Tower. So we don't really need a ton of food on us. We can drop the cattle prod. We don't need that anymore. But so yeah, I'm not going to grab a ton of food out, and we can burn all of our run energy because there's not going to be anything that we attack. Now, a lot of people like to deviate here and like start stealing from the baker's stall for cakes. The stews that we bought are just simply a better food source. So we're going to stick with that. Let's get a jug out real quick. I do have an empty jug. Let's get a bucket as well, though I could pick one up. But I'll show you why in just a second. So we need a jug of water for this quest coming up, which is why we need the jug. You can pick up a bucket from over here, but I've got it in the bank. Might as well bring it. Anyways, I'd say don't worry about stealing from the cake stall. You can get a little bit of early thieving experience. We're going to get a little bit more thieving experience from questing, so I'm not going to worry about it yet. But if you do so, just, you know, be careful that if you get caught by the guards from standing in the wrong spot, you can get killed that way pretty quickly on your you know, account. We need a bucket of, or a jug of water for this quest, and there's a well here. So if you use an empty jug on the well, it's not going to be able to fill it up because you have no way of getting it back up. But if you use a bucket, like pick that one up or just use a bucket, you can use the bucket of water from the well on the jug to get a jug of water. So just kind of like a small life hack there. We don't have to like go deviate and go buy a jug of water from somewhere else. We've already got it. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and start Monk's Friend on the quest helper. And this is for our 8 law runes and our woodcutting XP. Brother Omad. This guy modeled his hair after me. Very cool. Very cool. What's up, big bro? Okay, he's kiting me. We'll go ahead and start this quest, and then we're going to grab the lit candle from over here, which is just kind of helpful later on when we get some boots of lightness, so we don't have to go spend coins on a candle. So we'll just grab this, put it to the side. Also, if you want to, when you come across implings here, you can kill them as you're walking to try to get some impling beads for the imp catcher quest. It's just free quest points, and there's a lot of quests, or there's a lot of imps in this area, so it's kind of useful to do. I wouldn't go too far out of your way for it, but yeah, it's just not a bad idea. All right. Come all the way over here. Let's go downstairs. The ladder will appear when you get in the little dolmen circle, whatever it is. It's not a dolmen, but whatever the little stone circle is there. We'll just burn some energy here because these thieves will bop you a couple times. Grab the child's blanket. Get back out of here. Alright, off to the east. Bring this back to Brother O. And he's going to have me go get the other drunk guy, I'm pretty sure. Oh, talk to him again. Hold. Brother Cedric. Dude's a bit drunk to the north. Do I want to hit some more implings? Could do. I like trying the luck. Something I haven't done is turn on my valuable drop notifications. I'm actually going to do that real quick. I kind of like having that on. Minimum value. Let's make it 500 coins so we can see when things pop up. Nothing too great from those. That might one hit him. Ah, so close. I do tend to waste too much time on these implings every time I do an account like this. It's kind of fun. Alright, we'll talk to this dude. This is what we got the jug of water for. Got to give that to him so he can sober up a little bit. And then we'll give him a log as well so we can fix his broken cart. Yep, I'd be happy to help. Let's go ahead and give him some logs. And then we go turn in the quest. That's done. Then we'll go just to the northwest and finish Clock Tower as well. Not doing too bad so far. 38 quest points. We got about 4 hours on the account. So we're actually kind of booming right now. I'll go for one more lucky impling, because why not? Blue wizard hat. Nothing yet, man. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this quest in. We gotta do a little bit of animation stall balloon party here. Can't do anything about it, just gotta sit through it. Yep. Yep. Well.
Quest.
Alright, we got our law runes. We can't use them yet, but that gets us up to 14 wood cutting, which is kind of nice. I can get rid of the bronze axe now. And if I want to, just because there's like a few regular logs here, might as well just cut these real quick. We can use the steel axe because we're 6 wood cutting now. Gonna cut those a little bit quicker. I'm just gonna get to level 15 real quick. We don't need it right now, but you know, if I go decide that I want to cut oak logs later today and I don't have to like go out of my way to go find regular trees first. If I just get level 15 already, that's going to unlock oak log wood cutting for us. Yeah, might as well just knock it out. Why not? It's just a few logs anyways. We'll need these for the early fire making. And that should do that. It's actually not the best idea in the world to do that, because like now I'm just weighed down a little bit.
Completed.
Stunt my run energy a little bit, but yeah, whatever. Go and do clock tower. Nothing dangerous about this quest. We'll get bought by a couple things one or two times in it. But we don't need a lot of food for it, because we should be able to tank everything. This is really just a free quest point. Let's go talk to Brother Kojo. And I just kind of like to do it because we're already in the area. Though I do stress that like early... oh, you know what I didn't bring though? Is the bucket of water. I do need a second bucket of water for this quest. Let's grab that real quick. Kind of stress, you know, early questing for skills is the main priority, but at the same time, we do need to hit that 175 quest points. So we are still going to be doing the easy quests as we come along to them, if they make sense in their route. You know, we won't do every single easy quest. There's typically a good few that I skip on the Barrows Gloves grind and don't really get done until later, just because they're not a massive priority. This obviously is not a massive priority, but it's just kind of nice to get done anyways. Don't mind me, I'm checking for wife aggro. And we have no wife aggro. Beautiful. Side note, my daughter's asleep for about 30 more minutes, so we'll do about 30 more minutes of progress. We'll wrap this video up after that point, but we'll see how far we can get in that time. Nice little hour and a half-ish of progress. Alright, I guess it wants me to open this up. Don't really need to do this, can just run the quest, but yeah, it doesn't really want to work it out. So we'll just do the quest the way that we know how to do the quest. We're gonna go in every single one of these little deals because the quest log doesn't want to sync for me. Red. Oh yeah, this one's just running past the ogres. Burn some energy here. Ow. Good dodge. Obviously, you don't need to kill any of those. There's just 4 cogs that we need to pick up, place in the correct spot. I don't really remember if you need to place these one at a time. I don't think there's any reason that you need to, but you know, I know the quest guides say to do so, so we'll go ahead and do so. Why not? We have the bucket of water for this one. Yeah, let's just kind of ignore it. Let's ignore the quest guide. Let's just go pick up all the cogs and see what happens. Nothing else I'd like to know if it's like, you can't hold more than 2 cogs at once because magical powers or something. I don't know. The cogs are too heavy to carry more than one at a time. All right, good. I guess I learned something today. Back we go. Why? Why are they too heavy? How does that make sense? I'm carrying 27 kilograms and I can carry like 400 and not have an issue, but 1 cog is too heavy. Or 2. Ridiculous, man. Excuse me. Jagex needs to get with the times, man. This is outdated. Outdated. Alright, we'll go upstairs here. I believe the red cog is the ground floor one. Fits perfectly. Let's go back down. Let's go pick up the spider cog. Kind of monotonous questing at the early stages, by the way. But there's a reason that I do all the quests that I've done so far in this order. And that is to influence all of the stats that I end up eventually needing for Tourist Trap. And Tourist Trap I do for a reason. That's because we're going to get level 1 to 26 agility from that one quest. The quest is going to take, you know, an hour or so. Not really that long, but it's like a 40-minute quest, maybe 30, 40 minutes. 30 to 40 minutes for 1 to 26 agility is so much faster than actually running laps for 26 agility though, so... You know, save yourself the early rooftop grind. Don't worry about full graceful. It's not really that important nowadays. Instead, kind of, you know, do what I'm doing and... where's this? This is the first floor. And do this quest sequence to get to the Tourist Trap. There's a lot that goes to the sequence, unfortunately. You have to get, you know, a smithing level up to level 20 and fletching up to level 10. We've already done a couple quests to get the 10, you know, fletching. But we have to do smithing to 20, which we're going to get from the Knight's Sword quest. The Knight's Sword quest is going to require a mining level of 10. So instead of actually training that mining level myself, I like to do quests for that as well. So we're going to do... oh, hang on, doesn't seem to fit. Am I on the wrong floor? Doesn't seem to fit. Alright, where's the black cog go? Must be downstairs. Forgot, I usually get the blue cog second. Anyways, Knight's Sword for 29 smithing, Plague City for the mining level for Knight's Sword. I always get to all of the quests I'm doing right now before I go to the Grand Tree. Grand Tree is for the items that we need for the Plague City quest, so kind of like everything like influences the next thing, you know what I mean? We need to go back down here anyways and go to the next cog. One thing kind of like links to the next. We'll get to Plague City soon. We kind of like finish all of these like really clumped quests right here because we need the attack XP, we need the thieving XP, we need all this XP anyways, so we might as well do it when we're in this area, and we have the ability to because we don't need any high stats for these quests. But then we'll go to the, you know, Grand Tree soon. We'll buy the quest items that we need for the Plague City quest. Once we, you know, are kind of like doing that sequence, we buy the items, we start Waterfall because we're already in the area, pick up a few planks, start the Barcrawl because we're already in the area, start Dwarf Cannon because we're already in the area. We'll do Plague City, we'll start Biohazard, do all of those steps, we'll do the Waterfall quest. Hold. I walked this way, but I'm not really sure why I walked this way because this is not where I need to go. What am I thinking? We gotta go upstairs. I'm yapping, so I'm making mistakes. Sorry, chat. But, wow, I called you guys chat. I'm not even live right now. Anyways, all of those things to say, like, there's a reason to the order that I do these quests. The order might not always, you know, be apparent right away, but there's a reason. Right now, that reason is we're focused on getting our agility level up. There's just 15 quests or so that I'm going to do before I ever get around to getting that agility level up because they just logically make sense on the way. So that's like kind of like the long story short. It's a lot of yapping to say that, but that's the long story short. Okay, we should be able to go in here. I don't think I need to hit that other one. Let's just go ahead and kill the rats. I might need to hit the other one. I'm not really sure. We'll see. Let's eat to make sure we don't die. All of these dudes should be dying themselves now. Beautiful. Pick up the cog. Don't forget it before we go upstairs. And let's go back in here and turn it in. This is either going to be upstairs 1 floor or upstairs 2 floors. Don't really know which one. And let's try the white cog here. Nope, let's go upstairs again. Alright. There should be a ladder way over here that we need to hit. There we go. Ooh, Evil Bob. Speaking of Evil Bob, I don't know where my kitten is. We're always going to take an Evil Bob random event when we get it. I hope my kitten's not dead, man. Did he run away? I've kind of like ignored my kitten for a while, so he actually might have run away. Anyways, this is just free experience right now in fishing, so we're just going to talk to this dude. It's going to tell us to go to the one that has his ass up in the air. Which way is that? It's probably this way over here. Let's get a small fishing net. A nishing fet. Go fish from this side. I think this will actually get me like, I don't know what it is, but I want to say it's like level 7 fishing or something. It's not really necessary, but like, why not do it? It's quick. You know what I mean? Random events will periodically follow you. Some of them are a waste of time, but most of them it's a good idea to do. Because you'll get, you know, uncut gems from them, or some money, or some runes, or some arrows, or just, you know, things like that, you know. For this one, I'm going to get fishing experience. So from level 1 to level, I think it's 7 from scratch. Yeah, level 7 fishing. Okay, my cat's still here. He seems kind of happy in the sense that, like, he's not asking me to feed him right now, so that's good. But he's going to ask me to soon, so I need to make sure he's not too angry with me, honestly. I guess we'll just pay attention to him the next time he complains. Should be soon. We don't want him running away from us. Okay, we'll come down this ladder. We're going to follow the entire tunnel. We'll push a wall at the end of the tunnel, pick up the blue cog, and then we should be done with this quest. Good, nothing in the way here. A couple of goblins might smack me. Oh no, they're the low level ones. We're good. No level like 13 goblins or whatever. Okay, where is my tunnel that I need to push? Always a lot longer of a walk than I expect it to be. There we go. There's our blue cog. That should be on the 2nd floor US, 1st floor UK. So we'll come up here, come inside, finish this up. Sometimes I forget how much of a long quest this is. Like, I mean, it's not, but for this stage of the game, it kind of is, you know? Alright, upstairs. And let's turn in the blue cog down here. Back downstairs, turn in the quest. Beautiful.
Quest completed.
500 coins from that, up to 69k. Nice. Let's go and run to the bank from here. Now, typically, I wouldn't deviate to steal cakes here, but you know what? If I get level 20 thieving, I can go and thieve a silk, and I'm going to need that later on. You can also just buy this in Varrock if you want to, from the fancy clothes shop, or even the regular clothing store, or the Celia's clothing store, whatever it is. But we'll just steal one, so I can have the opportunity to show you how to properly, I guess, safe spot the baker stall. Just because if you stand in the wrong spot, you'll get a guard to attack you. And you don't want that. And, you know, we're going to need some stuff out of the baker stall later. Anyways, we'll need some of the bread. I think we need 11 bread for some different quests. So, it's not a bad idea to grab a little bit. So let's go ahead and put up a few things here. I'll keep my runes on me. I like keeping runes on me. Let's get a sardine out for the cat real quick. We haven't fed him in a while. We don't want him to run away. I'm going to go ahead and put this up. Let's put the axe up. Don't need that. Let's put the logs of the bucket up. I'll put all the food up for now. We'll put the candle up. And you know what? Let's... I'm going to keep the teleports on me. Because why not? It's fine. I could deposit this stuff real quick just to you know, actually, let's just get it back out. we'll just go brave and we'll just deposit everything. Why not? We'll get it all back out. It's fine. I'll just go thieve until I get level 20 thieving. It'll be quick. It'll be easy. And then we'll get our silk for the Arty diaries from that. I just really want to point this out because so many hardcores, especially new players, make this mistake. A lot of people know the baker stall to be an easy way to get food. Like I said, I like the jugs of wine or the stews more. But if you're going to do it, most people stand on the north side here. Just stand on top of the baker. Jagex changed it a while ago to where the baker doesn't move anymore. So if you're standing on top of the baker, you will literally never get caught here unless you click on the baker. If you do that, he's going to call the guards. The guards are going to bop you. The knight will kill you very quickly if you're 10 HP. So don't make that mistake. I'm just going to run until he de-aggroes. Once he kind of like takes a step forward and stops, so that means he's de-aggroed. What is your aggro range, bro? Go away, dude. Okay. So don't do that. You know, don't accidentally click on the baker. But if you're on the north side, the regular guards will catch you if they are in line of sight of you. So you just want to stand on this east side over here underneath the baker and then don't click on the baker because that's how people die. They're not paying attention. They're, you know, kind of just staring and, you know, staring off into the void, watching TV, watching a stream, watching a movie, something like that. They click the baker, they look back, they're dead in Lumbridge because, you know, the knight bopped them and 2-hit them for their 10 HP or something, right? So let's just get a little bit of XP here. We're not going to be here for very long. This is, you know, technically kind of a waste of time because, oh, I shouldn't be eating the bread. I'm here to get bread. Yeah. Technically a waste of time because I tend to like to just quest this experience anyways. It's easy to quest into the early 20s thieving at a very low level. But, you know, it's not the worst idea to go and show this. And it's only 30 more thieves to do anyways. So, you know, we're doing one of these every, what, 5 ticks? 4 or 5. Yeah, every 5 ticks. So it's not going to take very long. It's just about a minute and some change of doing this from here. I'm not actually going to bank the extra cakes. I don't really need cakes because, like I said, I like to use stews. So I'm personally just going to drop the cakes. So I just have to take 1 trip to the bank. I just want to make sure that I get at least 11 bread. 10 of them is going to be for my climbing boot quest. 1 of them is going to be for Merlin's crystal quest. So we just want to make sure that we have those. And I actually need 1 more, I think. I want to say that I think I need 1 for Recipe for Disaster. Technically more than that for Recipe for Disaster. Because I need it for the Pirate's Peat portion and also the Goblin portion, I think. But, you know, just get at least 11 for now. We can worry about more later if we don't get it. Probably wouldn't have been an issue if I didn't eat those. Still got 8 until the level, so maybe we get a few more. There we go. There's at least 11. That's good. $12. Give me a 13th. And the last one for the level.
Level up.
Alright, that's fine. Whatever. We'll worry about it later. We'll come on the north side, just grab some silk real quick. Guard caught me, but if you double click it real quick, you'll still steal it before he gets to you. That doesn't matter where he is. You'll always be able to get the pickpocket or the thief in before he gets to you. Unless two different ones catch you, and then it'll stun you both times. It'll stall you both times. We're just getting this so we can sell it back to the silk merchant later on, but since we just, you know, stole it, we can't sell it right away. We'll have to wait a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and come up here. And from here, we're actually going to be using the spirit tree. So let's just go ahead and deposit all of this stuff. I'm going to get back those things that I had later. Actually, I don't need the law runes right now because I don't have the magic level anyways. But we're just going to get some of this stuff back out. And yeah, I like to have a little bit of food. We don't really need it, but I like to have a little bit of food. Let's get a pickaxe out as well. Let's get a rope out. Could get a couple buckets. That's going to be for reasons later on. Don't necessarily need those things right now, but we'll go ahead and grab it. From here, we're going to go over to the Grand Tree. So obviously we can walk to the west to the Grand Tree. It is just west of Arty. There's the entrance right there. But we unlocked spirit trees already when we finished the Trinum Village quest. So instead, we're going to walk to this like kind of western side of Arty to this spirit tree. and then just port up here. Now, the funny thing is you can't use this spirit tree to teleport away from the Grand Tree until you finish the Tree Gnome, or the Grand Tree quest, the Tree Gnome Stronghold quest. But you can port to there with it, so we're going to go ahead and port to there. And then we're actually going to go there so we can buy the items that we need for the Plague City quest, which is going to be here in Ardy, where we get into West Ardy for the first time. We need snape grass, which we picked up early on in the route in the last video when we were by the hobgoblins near the crafting guild. We also need a bucket of milk. We need dwell berries, and we need chocolate dust. We're going to be able to get all of that from the Grand Tree. So let's go ahead and go from here to number 2, which is the Gnome Stronghold. And then we'll go north from here into the tree. Now we would be able to start the Grand Tree quest, but we're not 25 agility. I think that's required for it. So we're just going to kind of ignore that for now. We're just going upstairs to the west. Nope. Sorry, they recently changed this to where you can like actually climb all the way to the top floor, all the way to the bottom floor, and I've actually changed my left click option, so it took me all the way to the top. So anyways, just go up one flight of stairs, and then go to the northwest. We're going to talk to Hudo. I'm actually going to buy a lot of things from Hudo. Now, back in the day, I had a list of everything specifically that I needed to buy. I don't really have that list anymore, so I'm just going to buy some things that I think is useful, and I'll run from there. So let's just buy a ton of flour, because there's just always flour needed for different quests or different things. So we're just going to buy a lot of that real quick. I mean, this is why I was saying it's probably not the best idea that I pulled all of these things out of the bank, because I kind of need some inventory space for this part. So let's just go ahead and we'll get that back out in a minute. We'll take a couple trips to Hudo here. Back up, deposit that. Completely unrelated quests. I should go to the east side and buy a couple more things while I'm here too. Let's buy some oranges. Let's buy some lemons, some pineapples, one dwellberry. Let's buy all of the chocolate dust, a cocktail shaker, buckets of milk. And I think that's actually good on this side. I don't really think we need anything else, though I could probably use a couple more buckets of milk, but yeah, again, we'll just worry about it later. It's also not a terrible idea for me to buy more pineapples so I can get some super compost started. So I actually might do that real quick. It's good to buy at least 15 of those. So let's do one more trip up to them. The reason we would start super compost at this point, we'll talk about that. That's with the farming skill. But that could be one of my items that I need to unlock fairy rings later on. There's a random list of items that you get sent for. And it's about a 1 in 20 chance, I want to say, to get super compost as one of those items. I don't really remember what the chance is, but it's somewhere around there. Might be more common. Anyways, we'll get some pineapples. We'll hop worlds. We'll buy a few more pineapples. Because I want at least 15 for that. And then maybe a couple more than that for some different quests. So I've got 11 so far, 12, 13. Let's just leave that there and we'll go to the east side real quick. Because I'm pretty sure I can't get the things I need from the waiter over here. So let's go over here. 2 quests that we need. I'm actually going to take a look at this real quick so I don't screw it up. Edgar's Ruse is going to require, I'm going to say vodka, but I'm going to double check. It's going to require 1 vodka, and then we also are going to want to do the Bon Voyage quest in the next probably day, and that's 2 vodka for that one. So we're going to buy 3 vodka from, I want to say it's Heckle Funch over here. So let's buy 1, 2, 3 vodka. I don't think there's anything else from those that I need to buy. I will buy a cocktail glass though, and I think we're actually good there. Let's buy some more buckets of milk because I've got the inventory space for it, and I can actually buy a pre-made blurberry special for the Death Plateau quest. We could also pick this up later on if we start Monkey Madness first, but I don't really remember if I'm going to start Monkey Madness before Death Plateau, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy that now because we can use a pre-made one for that. Also, the game has scammed me of my music, I see, so I'm just going to play this for now and then click back on area and see if that does anything. Okay, now that we are here, let's just run back to the bank real quick. Could have done this on the way out, but that's okay, I already ran this way. Let's deposit all this stuff. We're going to grab those things back out that we had earlier, which is 1 rope. Let's go ahead and get a pickaxe. Let's get a couple buckets. The silk we can leave. Let's get a bucket of milk. Let's get a snape grass. Let's get a chocolate dust. I want to say that's good. 1, 2, 3. And then the dwellberries. Yeah, we have a rope on us. Let's get a couple of food on us because we're going to start the Waterfall quest. And let's get to it. We're also going to start the Dwarf Cannon quest, which I need a hammer for, but I'm pretty sure I can get it when I'm there. So kind of next things in the sequence, just if you're kind of wondering where we're going and you're faster than me, we're going to go ahead and start the Waterfall quest. So we got to walk all the way around there because we can't use the agile shortcut to the northeast right now. I'm almost certain we can't. I think you need the agile level to go down it. We're going to start the Barb Assault tutorial, or rather we're just going to talk to the guy to skip the BA tutorial. That's going to mean that we can use that minigame teleport. We're going to pick up a few planks there. I think we'll just grab 3 for now for the Dragon Slayer quest. But I don't really need to be picking them up for construction experience at the moment. And we're going to start the Barcrawl as well. That's going to be needed later on for Horror from the Deep. And yeah, it's probably a good idea to keep that with us as we come across the bars. So we just kind of like check them off the list. I always forget to, but maybe I'll remember. I don't know. It would benefit me to actually write down a route to, you know, influence that. But I just always forget to. We'll also start the Dwarf Cannon quest while we're up there, and we'll continue it until we get to the step that sends us to north of Falador. We'll start and finish the Plague City quest. We'll start the Biohazard quest. We'll finish the Waterfall quest. That's going to get us up to, I think, 41 attack and 30 strength. And at that stage, I think before I leave there, which typically I would leave there with a house telly and then continue the Knight's Sword quest. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is staying there and killing fire giants with water spells. And that's going to be for the Rune Scimitar and some mage XP. Is that necessary? Absolutely not. But I kind of just want to do it this time because it's fun to do. And nowadays, I've actually flip-flopped. And I think that, you know, the meta for a while, for years now, has been to kill Zami warriors near the ZMI altar. That's south of Artie in this little, you know, dungeon down here. Where people safe spotted over a lava vent. They're a 1 in 50 drop rate at a Rune Scimitar, and they only have 45 HP, so it's quite a bit faster than fire giants. But nowadays, they added elemental weakness to fire giants and a lot of other creatures. So nowadays, you have 100% increased damage and accuracy against fire giants. So your mind strike spells, which now that I think of it, I don't have mind runes on me. Your mind strike runes will hit up to 16 on fire giants now, double accurate as well as it used to be, rather than just 8s. That makes it very, very good to do that. It actually makes it very, very useful to mage fire giants instead of maging Zami warriors. Now, if I look up a fire giant, we would be killing the level 86 ones. If you don't know how I did that, on the mini-map up here, there's a little wiki button. You gotta turn that on in your settings, but you can right-click and search it, and then you can type anything in. A level 86 fire giant is 111 HP. So 111 HP divided by 2, basically just a little bit more HP effectively versus the Zami warriors, because Zami warriors, like I said, only have, you know, 45 HP, but fire giants you hit twice as hard as you do Zami warriors, and you hit more accurately, so it kind of like evens out, right? So it's about the same amount of time to kill. I'm not going to run the DPS calcs to see what the time to kill is, but it's probably about the same amount of time to kill for a slightly rarer drop. However, I'm going to get twice as much magic experience from it, which means twice as much hit points experience from it as well, which is just useful when you need to get your mage level up anyways for teleports and, you know, other, you know, high alch spells, whatever else. So it's actually going to be a more preferred method for me nowadays, whereas it didn't used to be. So I'm going to, you know, camp those fire giants a bit. In fact, you know, when I get down there to the bank over here, I think I'm going to switch to a water staff so I don't forget that, because I need to have water spells on for that elemental weakness. So, and then added benefit, there's some other useful things I can get from fire giants as well. You know, the fire battle staff is up like 9.2k GP alch, 9.1k GP alch, 9,000 something GP alch. I can't remember. I'm rusty. Etc., etc., right? You can get some nice things. So let's get a water staff out. We'll have to drop this later on, but not that big of a deal. And then let's get our mind runes as well, because I don't want to forget about that. And I really think that should be everything that we need right now. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, tutorial with this guy. Let's talk to him. We're going to skip the tutorial because we cannot use the Barb Assault minigame teleport to this location unless we start or skip this tutorial. So let's go ahead and skip it. Now we can use the Barb Assault minigame telly. We're just going to check that real quick. We can. Beautiful. Okay, so now we can teleport back here. And then I'm going to come pick up 3 planks over here. Again, this is just for Dragon Slayer later. Don't really need to do this. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I'm just kind of accustomed to picking these up from like way back in the day. But nowadays, I actually think I have the planks already rewarded from Daddy's home from starting construction. So technically, I don't really think you need to do that. I'm here anyways, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab them. But we are going to talk to this guy about being a barbarian. This is really the reason that we're here, so we can grab the Barcrawl card. Then we're going to go back to the south, and we're going to start the Waterfall quest. We had to come back up here first to start the Barcrawl and to unlock the minigame telly. That'll benefit us later today. Now we'll come down to here, and we will start the Waterfall quest. That being said, I think the Waterfall quest is a really good spot to leave off today. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here because I've got to get going. But we'll start the next one at the Waterfall quest. I am going to just talk to Almera real quick to start it so I don't forget on this step. We can ignore needing 25 combat. And we'll go and wrap things up here. So thank you guys for chilling with me today. I will see you guys in the next episode for all of the quest sequence that we just talked about. Goodbye.